As the impact of inflation lingers, coupled with the recent hike in utility tariffs, players in the textile industry are lamenting the negative effect of the removal of the subsidy on residual fuel oil on the operations. The government had indicated that effective November 1, 2022, it had withdrawn the subsidy on RFO to ease the financial burden on the price stabilization and recovery account. The National Petroleum Authority justified the move, arguing that it was to ensure availability and supply of the product. Speaking in an interview with Citi Business News, Managing Director of Textiles Ghana Limited, Fatimata Doro, stated that this has significantly increased the cost of doing business for her outfit.
So we used to benefit of one subsidy mainly, which is the RFO, is a residual fuel that textile company mainly use, and it represents 60% of our COGS. And overnight, in a couple of weeks, we lost that 55% of subsidy. And representing 60% of our COGS, it means that if you really want to replicate that on the consumers or on the shopper, you have to increase pricing done more than 100%, which we couldn't do because we knew that we could have just closed down because they are facing challenges and they no longer have the revenue to cover for that subsidy. And also because the RFO is linked to, is an imported product. When you looked at the Ghana economy, everything was around, do they have enough hard currency to import things? And I believe that they made a choice that they couldn't really finance the RFO anymore, and they would put the hard currency somewhere else. So the inability to pay the RFO on our behalf, on the 55%, made them remove the subsidy. But I mean, we all know it's been very difficult for the Ghana government, and they're trying to support as best as they can, but they can't.
Madame Dur added that even though she empathizes with the government, she believes efforts at creating a level playing field will help improve the fortunes of the sector despite the prevailing challenges.
I'm trying to put myself in the government's shoes because running a country is like running almost a business. You need to generate revenue so that you can reinvest and generate profit. That's where we are. So in our case, we don't really we won't really mind that they remove subsidy and all those policies because we understand the situation. But what is difficult for us to understand is the unfair competition. So if you are removing subsidy, you are putting extra taxes, make the competition fair. But when I'm competing against copies in the market that do not really pay their full taxes, then it's a lost battle. When I increase pricing to because of the economic situation and they're still selling at the same price, then my cost is going up and I'm competing against other brands that are no longer changing and are 50% cheaper than me. While our brand is a brand that is creating employment because, like you said, Textile Ghana, GTP, has been one of the more oldest company in Ghana. And we used to have more than 10 textile companies in the past in Ghana. Most of them closed down. Why? Because policies were not in their favor. Maybe also because copies were really stronger and better and have easier facility to copy our design and come and sell it, and even copying our label now. You go in the market, you will see GTP logo on the fabric. You will see the name of our product. You will think that it's a GTP, but it's not a GTP.